Emily Connors is gracing us with our presence on the She's More podcast, formerly known as the Fit Mom Society podcast. I'm so excited. Selfishly, we kind of chatted before we got on that I want to know like all the hacks, all the Canva hacks. But before that, Emily, tell us who you are, who you were before the Creative Bodega, which is like your signature brand now. Who are you? Let's start there.
It's just a light question to get this all rolling. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. So I have a business called the Creative Bodega. Where was I before this? What was I doing? I owned a CrossFit gym with my husband, and we had a business mentor. And he said, all right, y'all got to post for 30 days in a row. And we didn't even have a space at that point. We signed up with a mentor before we even had a physical location. I had a 3-month-old and a 17-month-old. And I was like, I know nothing besides posting photos of my precious little babies on Instagram. Like, I love Instagram, but I don't, I'm not growing. So anyways, he was like, there's this really cool free website called Canva. You should go check it out. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So that started my journey with posting on social media to try to actually grow a business. And I'm not going to lie, I hated it at first. I would get my babies to sleep and I would lay there and say, what in God's name am I supposed to post today? I hate this. It's 9:00 at night. I would cry. I literally would cry. My husband would be like, what's wrong? And I'm like, it's just too much. So I am all about systems. Like, I'm a creative, but I love a workflow and a system. And once I can nail that down, everything feels so much lighter. So I said to myself, we're going to sit down and we're going to make this easier and take away all the decisions that you have to make every time you post on this stupid platform. So I did. And I just started being like, okay, what are we trying to do? Get people in our gym. What type of posts do that? What do we want to be known for? And I developed like a posting schedule. And then I found Canva templates and customized, figured out our branding, customized templates, reuse them. And I just took away the decisions. And then fellow gym owners in our mentorship program started noticing our social media. So did our business coach. So then they were like, will you come and become a mentor and teach other gyms how to show up consistently in a way that gets people in the door? Because we were successful. I was getting people in the door through our Instagram and gaining that know, like, and trust. And so then I kind of switched gears from gym owner to starting to mentor other gyms. And that's where, my gosh, like just hours of talking with fellow business owners about how to make showing up easier and get more results. So that's where it all started. And then I just, like a lot of entrepreneurs said one day, I'm tired of helping somebody else grow their business. And I think I want to do something on my own. And I want to work
my own. Frame?
Yeah. I mean,
what's the time frame here?
Okay. So we only owned our gym for 3 years, and I started mentoring less than a year into owning our business. Okay. So then I was mentoring for 2 years.
Wow.
Before I said, yeah, like let's do this. So I took a course on how to make an online course. That was what was hot in 2020. And I made an online course called the Canva Crash Course to Branding Your Business. I posted on Instagram. Yeah, I posted on Instagram for 6 months without offering without selling anything. I just said, this is what I know. This is what I love. I want to help you get on my email list. So I grew my email list for 6 months. I posted every single day during the week and Saturdays for 6 months. And then I said, hey, guess what? I've got this thing. And that was sort of the beginning. I ended up quitting my job 3 months later and then went all in on the Creative Bodega.
Was it faceless at first? Those first crucial 6 months? Was it literally just like Canva hacks, DIY, all that? Tell us what that journey was like.
It was definitely not faceless. It was my face. I mean, I had to force myself on video which my husband had forced me to do with our gym. Like he would always joke. He's like, the people want to see you, not me, you know? And I'm like, shut up. And I used to joke. I'd be like, you need to give me a shot. And like, I cannot get on video, and I don't even drink. I literally don't. I was so freaked out by getting on video, but I tell people who are terrified, I just had to keep doing it. I just had to keep showing up. I just had to keep getting on video to make it feel less overwhelming and terrifying. So no, it was fully face.
Okay. Well, I think that's where a lot of listeners are finding themselves is like, I could never, I don't want to, like video scares me. Like from the day one girlies that are listening right now, what would you tell them besides like just freaking do it? Or like that's
well, oh man. Yeah, no, that's loaded. I mean, just freaking do it. But also, like in the day and age that we are in like a full-on trust recession. People are terrified. People have been burned. People have paid thousands of dollars and not gotten anything out of it. So more than ever, if you are the person behind your brand, it is a personal brand, which is what I have. Like there is no option but to show your face, because if you think about it, your competition is showing their face. And if someone is listening to both of you, and one person they're seeing all the time, and they hear them and they know their voice and they see them smile and they feel that connection, and then the other person they never see, who do you think you're going to buy from? Who do you think people are going to buy from? It's the person they feel connected to and the person they feel that they trust. So, and again, like it does suck. It is hard. It is awkward. It is icky, but like, what I did was I started in my stories. I really got comfortable showing up on video in my stories. It just felt less permanent because it is. And then I moved over to creating the reels. I've heard clients of mine say, I have a friend who's in social media and we just decided we would only send each other like video messages to like just get used to like holding the phone and sharing your voice. And so they would just go back and forth with video messages. And I was like, that's brilliant.
That is.
Yeah.
And it's an excuse to lean on each other. Like, hey, we're both scared to death, like both sweaty palms, diarrhea feeling, like, what we just got to do it. Like no one else is going to grow this business besides me. No one else is going to pay the bill. You know, this thing is going to pay the bills, going to feed my kids. You're going to have to get over it at some point and just freaking do it. You know?
I know. It's true. I mean, like, that's why I hate that question, because there's not a great answer. I have no magic answer. It's literally just sucking it up if it matters to you, which in the phase of my life that I was in with, at that point, my kids were in preschool and I was on Zoom calls, 7 45-minute calls all day long while they were gone at school, at preschool, and then I'd have to go pick them up. My throat hurt. I resented the calls. I didn't feel like doing them anymore. And I'm like, I just want to be in charge of my time. It gives me goosebumps. I want to decide when I'm working. I want to, I want to be able to pick my kids up. I want to be at the bus stop. Like, and I refuse to not make that happen. And so if getting on video is how that's going to happen, then just put my big girl panties on and do it.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you can only count on you to show up. Okay. So we have, I think this is a good segue to our segment. It's called Ditch and Switch. I didn't prepare you ahead of time on purpose. So this segment is all about either ditching a mindset, a food, a workout. Like, what are you ditching in this season and switching to something more positive? Like, just for an example, last week's episode, I'm ditching the plastics this year, slowly but surely. Like, it's not going to happen overnight, and switch it to glass. But it could literally be mindset, business.
Yeah.
A relationship. Like, what are we ditching?
Oh, I got it. I'm ditching just the expectations that I put on myself to show up perfectly on my feed on Instagram.
Okay, and switching to imperfection.
Just
real.
I'm just going to show up, whether it's with makeup, without makeup, whether two posts don't look great next to each other. Like, all of these expectations that hold me back from showing up and providing value. My audience doesn't care. They just
Yeah.
want help. And it's like, I need to get out of my own way. And I think in 2026 on Instagram, if there's anything that I'm seeing over and over, it's just like the perfectionism's dead. They don't need a perfect lighting. You don't need perfect video skills. Like they just, you just need to show up and like let the perfectionism go. So I am trying so hard because I'm definitely type A and I
Mm,
care. I love aesthetics.
yeah.
So it's
Oh.
not easy for me.
It's like literally your business is to create aesthetically pleasing things. Like I'm sure that's so hard to let
Correct.
go. That's so hard to let
It's so
go.
hard. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll be thinking about you in this season that you are in right now. We're ditching
Okay.
perfection. We're grasping imperfection. But how have you built the authenticity, the relatability thus far? Like from 2020, Emily and the Creative Bodega to now, like how did you grow that like, know, and trust?
A few ways. I would say number one, by showing up so consistently. I've never posted and ghosted. I don't just disappear. And I think that my audience really respects that about me. And they know that if they're going to invest in someone, they know I will, give them an amazing product. I've shown my voice, shown my face and my voice since day one, in stories and on my feed. I um, talk about things other than business, especially in stories. So I always like to say that like my feed is my storefront. It's more polished, more put together, more intentional. And then if you want to like come into my store and like try something on, like that's my stories. And that's where my people are. And I am a stories girl. So I am just nurturing the shit out of people in there and
Okay.
just being real.
Yeah.
One of my like everyone's like, "Oh, but I don't know what to post stories about." Pretend like you work at a 9 to 5 in an actual office and whatever you go in and sit down with your 5 best coworkers and you're drinking your coffee and you're shooting the shit. Like
Yeah.
what happened with your pets? What happened with your kids? What happened with your husband? What happened with your house? Like what would you share? You know? So
Yeah.
a lot of not yeah, I mean like so I'm providing value in stories, but I'm also just talking. I'm like you're not going to believe what happened last night, like one of my most engaged stories was about how my husband thinks I don't load the dishwasher correctly. Like we call it like the dishwasher wars. I mean, talk about relatable. Like
Yeah.
people went off and they were either on his side that I was doing it incorrectly or they were like me and they're like, no. Like what you're doing is fine. So it
That's
doesn't
so
have to be
good.
anything profound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what we are all sitting in too, because I'll tell you, probably 97% of my audience is moms. Moms going for more. This is why we rebranded to She's More. She's more than a mom, more than a coworker, more than a sister, like all more than a spouse, all these things. And it's really talking to high achieving moms that are going for more, and in that moment, they're also sitting in, well, I have to share this profound thing to be found or searched for, or for them to buy my thing or whatever. And it's like, no, I just want to know, like, what does nap time look like for you? How are you spending your time, on your business at nap time? Or like, how are you handling anxiety and loneliness and depression? I could give two, what's
Mhm.
about what's happening in your business right this second. You know what I mean? I want to know if you
Mhm.
can do it, I can do it too. And how are you
Right.
doing it? You know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
that's what's going to
100%.
bridge the gap. So I guess that's a good
Mhm.
segue into how are you doing it with kids? Do you have in a like you love systems? We know you're a systems girl. You're type A. Is everyone on like
Mhm.
a militant schedule, routine? You work on your business from X time to X time. Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, I mean, I built my business to work during school hours. So my kids get on the bus at 8:22 and I'm probably working out or going in my sauna or doing something for like an hour to just sort of like get my day started right, showering after that. And I get started around 9:30, sometimes 10, and I work from then until I try to wrap up by 3. so that I can try to walk or just decompress. Cause I don't
Yeah.
have that, commute. And so it's really not great if I'm still sitting here working and my kids come in, it feels chaotic. They're frustrated that I'm not giving them attention. I'm frustrated that they're not letting me finish something. So I really try to wrap up at least 30 minutes before. And even if I'm just folding laundry, doing the dishes,
Yeah.
going for a walk, just something to just sort of get out of work mode. So I'm working during school hours. And when they get home, my office is in our fourth bedroom, our spare bedroom, and it's upstairs and everything kind of stays here. And I go downstairs. And I really try to wrap it up. I've taught my kids to say, Mom, get off your phone. If they see me messing around on my phone and they're trying to talk to me and I love that, I'm like, call me out. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing, that I'm doing it. So I try to keep my phone kind of away, and then we have homework and dinner and practices. My kids are super into sports. They're both amazing little athletes. So I love getting out of the house. So my mom is local and she's always like, tell me what I help you with. I'll take the kids to practice. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm in my house all day. I get so excited to go see my mom friends or, dad friends at the practice. I'm going to the practice.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's, how do I get it? I don't know. I feel like I just bust my butt during those 9 to 3 hours and then really shut it off and be present with them when they get home.
That's so good. Cause we have almost the identical schedule. I drop off, either do run or lift, get in the sauna and the cold plunge, take shower, get ready for the day. That's it. If I procrastinate and say, oh, I'll just do it when I needed some lunch, or I'll just do it later, I'll never do it. Right. And I'm not taking care of my mind, my creativity, fueling myself, all of that for the day. And then when it needs to be wrapped up is pickup. I feel like they're
right.
Now, granted, I am totally guilty of literally looking at my schedule for the day and being like, what do I do first? You know what I mean? And then there are other days that are bam, 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 on fire. Let's go. I got it. And then just kind of.
Most are like that for me.
Rare. Yes. Okay. So what is your take on, I just discovered this hack, how I've been using Canva for a decade, I feel like, with Canva on desktop versus browser. What in the actual?
Yeah.
I had no clue.
You just found out that there was a desktop app?
Literally 8:30 a.m.
Love that.
Today.
I love that.
Do you see any differences? Is it easier to use? What is the actual difference?
Listen, so just so everyone knows what Whitney's talking about is for PC or Mac users, there is a desktop app. So I have it on my Mac, and it's instead of going to www.canva.com on your browser, right? So what I like to explain to people, there isn't any major difference, but except for when I'm in the Canva app, you can have the multiple tabs open at the top for the designs that you're working on, and I don't get distracted. I have right now, I probably have 20 tabs open, and they're the ones I use, it's ChatGPT, it's later.com, it's whatever. And so when I have Canva on my browser with all these other tabs open, I tend to, oh, what's that? Oh, I got an email. So what's cool about it is it just keeps you within the application, within Canva. But that's really it. Cool. That's really the only difference.
I need to do that because I'm a 50 tabs open girl. I have it all open right now, and it's totally easy to get distracted. Okay, let's go into actual content. When we're making our Canva, we are now going to follow the Creative Bodega, which I'll have in the show notes. All the Canva hacks, all the golden value bombs are on Emily's page. Now, we know that we should have some pillars for content, right? Educational, entertaining. We need to sell it some way. Okay.
Time out. So I don't. Time out. I don't call those pillars.
Okay, tell us.
To me, content pillars are the buckets of information that you want to be known for. So for me, it's like Canva content, posting on social media, email marketing, like those are my content pillars. What you just said, we want to entertain, we want to educate, whatever. Those are more like the goals for the post or like the theme of the post. So I'll let you keep going.
So, yes. So the bucket. We're talking about buckets.
Yeah.
How do we organize those? And how do we organize those? And if we're in Canva, okay, we're making all the goods, should a template versus the next template be different based on the bucket? Does that question make sense? Or does it solely depend on business / industry / product and service?
This is really, there's no right or wrong. I think that's why I'm struggling. This is a personal preference. I think that you can use, so if I'm posting about email marketing and then the next week I want to post about Canva, you're saying, can I use the same template for both types of posts? Both.
Yeah.
100%. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have like a few main carousel templates that I rotate through.
Yeah.
And if I want to talk about email marketing, I will use that one. And if I want to talk about Canva and the format makes sense for what I like, that's fine.
Okay. Because what I find myself in is starting from scratch every single Canva template.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Yes. So how do I be better? Because I know I'm not alone.
Work. Yeah, that's just too much. That's just so much work. Okay. So much work on yourself. Because customizing a template takes a while. Like I always tell people, like you're going to have to do some work up front, but just creating those reusable templates that you can use over and over again. So like I have 2 reel covers that I'll go back and forth between. I have probably 4 carousel templates that I will use. One is all graphic, the lead page. One is more photo based. It's a photo in the background with, darkened up with white text on top. So they look different. So I have like 4 carousels. For every freebie I have 2 to 3 templates that I have that I can promote them with. So it's just like nailing down those reusable templates. And then I don't keep adding to. So if I have a carousel and it was about email marketing and that's my template, I will go and duplicate it and then create the new, if it's about Canva or whatever. I will not keep adding pages within one design because you'll never know where anything is and it'll feel super chaotic.
Okay.
So
okay.
Always duplicate.
Yeah. So for me personally, and I feel I'm probably not alone because we're not efficient in Canva yet. Now that we have you on here, we are going to be. I will find myself starting from scratch and like literally just putting in the search bar my idea for the post, right? Instagram reel cover, putting that in there and just whatever catches my eye, I use.
Yeah. I know there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but it's from scratch every time.
Well, from scratch is I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that to build that core group of reusable templates. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're doing that every single time, like it's a time suck.
It and I'm like literally.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing that people are like, oh, but like I like to find templates. Like, cool, that's fine. You're wasting a shit ton of time, but also. I'm also saying, yes, I have these reusable templates that are at my fingertips. I just go in, I hit make a copy, and I start customizing that for whatever I want to talk about. And I will refresh them. I'll be like, I'm kind of over this one carousel. Yes. Like she's going to get retired. And now I've got some time. I'm going to go hunt for a new carousel template and she's going to replace the other one. So you can refresh this. I probably do it, a couple times throughout the year. I'm swapping.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, cool. I love that. Are you working solely from desktop? Like, okay, let me back up. Totally?
Oh my God, I don't even have the app on my phone.
Okay, then teach. I am like, okay, you're going to be like, Whitney, you have got to stop doing this.
Yeah.
I will create on my laptop or on my desktop a Canva graphic. I will then go on my Canva app on my phone and save it and then post it to where it needs to go, because I feel like mobile is so much easier to post onto the social platform that I need to, and it
Okay.
doesn't have the capabilities like desktop. How to advise? Please advise.
Okay, so that's fine. I don't use the app on my phone. I do have the app on my phone. I was being dramatic. I don't design anything in there. It has to be a complete emergency. Like
Yeah.
I find it quite difficult to use and navigate, and I find desktops so much faster. If I need to download it to my phone, yes, I will open it up and just go and download it. That's perfectly fine. I
Okay.
used to like download it on my desktop and then just airdrop it from my desktop onto my phone. I have an iPhone and a Mac, so they can talk to each other.
Yes.
But
Okay, so I'm not
either
like
way, no,
completely inefficient there.
not at all. Not at all.
Okay, good.
Oof.
So we're gonna make our Canva templates. We're also going to organize. Do you organize by social platform or type of template?
So I only post on Instagram.
Okay.
So I organize by the content bucket, my content pillar that I'm talking about. So I'll have a folder that says social media.
Mm-hmm.
Inside, and that's just really Instagram for me. Inside is Canva, email marketing, content creation in general. So I have buckets, and then if you go into those are folders. I shouldn't call them buckets. I'm sorry. They're folders, and if you double click into Canva, it'll say list posts. It'll say carousels. So I have like multiple layers of folders. That's where it stops. So within Canva, I just was finding that like sometimes I just need to make like a nice list, and I couldn't find
Yeah.
the template, or I just need a carousel. So it's like I created like the main types of posts that I'm creating for that content pillar. So then I can find it super easily. Yeah. And then I
Okay.
pin. So you can actually pin designs to the top of a folder. You just click on the three dots and you say pin to folder, and
Like
then they will
your
show up.
favorite or the one that you find
Correct.
yourself using the most. Okay.
For me, it's my reusable templates. So
Okay.
I have like 3 to 5 designs pinned at the top.
Okay.
So anytime I need to make a new design, I'm not ever hitting, start new or new design, whatever, on the main page, ever. I'm navigating to the folder and I'm hitting make a copy within that folder. And then therefore it'll automatically be filed right within there.
Perfect. I didn't even know. I mean, again, I've been using Canva forever and ever and ever, but did not know that just simple capability. Like, that's gold. So thank you for
Yeah.
showing us you can pin your favorites and your reusable stuff. Okay, let's kind of shift
Yes.
gears into. So I found you. I don't even know how I found you. I think it was just Instagram, and it was an interest type thing. I don't know. Or I know we're both Flowdesk partners. That's where we're kind of like formed in community there.
Yes.
Because Flowdesk, I will die on the Flowdesk hill. It is my absolute fave.
Die.
And aesthetically
Me
pleasing,
too.
like right up your alley. So it was natural to just become a partner.
Oh,
But who are
same.
you following right now that is just like fueling your creativity? And what fuels your creativity? Is that external? Is it internal inside the platform? Like, tell us.
This is a good question. So, number one, I am not a huge consumer of Instagram, which is probably going to surprise you, but I really treat Instagram like a part of my job. And when I'm
Okay.
going on to Instagram, I'm literally replying to DMs. I have like upwards of 10 to 20 at all times that I log in. So I'm replying to DMs and I'm replying to comments on my posts. I don't tend to sit there and scroll. Why? Because it really messes with my head. It messes with my confidence. It kind of confuses my messaging in my own head. It just doesn't seem to do me any good.
Okay.
So, I certainly have muted, I have a lot of friends who do similar things to me, and I don't want to unfollow them. I don't want to think I don't want them to think they're not doing anything wrong. This is a
Yeah.
me problem. So I've muted a lot of the accounts that just make me feel kind of less than, or confused in what I'm trying to be known for, or how I'm coming across. So some
I think that's
people
healthy
that
too.
I think, I think it's healthy too. So some people that I love, Vix Meldrew is one of them. She is like a membership, and she calls herself an Instagram growth person. But she kind of got I started following her because she was like a membership expert, and I have a membership. And now she's kind of changed gears, but I just kind of think she's European. She's like, I don't even know where she lives, but I love her accent. I love how she shows up like unapologetically. I just really like her message. Another person, see, like I have to look them up because I literally, I'm so funny. I don't pay attention to handle names.
Okay.
I feel like another one is Pink Storm Social. Her name's Camilla. She feels very, it's the people that are showing up unapologetically and kind of raw and like calling out, like, calling things out, like thought leadership type posts that I'm
Yeah,
finding
love that.
myself a little more attracted to because, I want to sort of lean in that direction as well.
Yeah, I like that.
So
Well,
yeah.
when I need inspo, it's Pinterest. I don't produce on Pinterest. It's like I want to
Mm.
consume. I like to save a bunch of stuff, whether that's home, style, business, social, all kinds of ideas. I like to go on Pinterest and do that because that kind of refuels. Like, oh, I could post it that way, and I can make it look this cute. All those things that I'm not creative from scratch type person. If I see the idea, I'll elevate it,
Mhm.
but I'm not a
Yeah,
from scratch girl.
and
That's why we
I
need
think this
Canva.
is an interesting point. Yeah, yeah, no, I think this is an interesting point. I think because I am so confident in my visuals, I'm not
Yeah.
looking for visual inspiration. I don't need it.
Mm,
I'm looking more for the message and the delivery. That's where I feel like I need help. So those are the
okay.
people that I'm more attracted to.
Okay. Do you find yourself seeing some messaging convert better than others?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything, yeah, anything, it's specificity is going to win. So, people are like, oh, like 3 tips to growing your business doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, we had a call yesterday for my membership, the Content Coven, and we just reviewed people's posts. So they submitted a link to something they posted that they felt that they should have done better, like should have performed better, right?
Mm,
And like it's the headline. It's literally the headline that's either going to get somebody to stop scrolling or not. And if you're not hitting the mark, they're not, like, no matter how beautiful the post is, it's a combination of the words and the visuals. I mean, I think we
yeah.
all know that. So we were all like, if you would have put like a number in the beginning, like I feel like it would really have gotten me to stop scrolling. And if you would have put like who it was for, like, yeah, like tips to, God, I wish I could remember what it was. It
But
was
just
like,
vague. It was
ugh,
vague.
it
Yeah.
was just so vague. Yeah. And it
Yeah.
just wasn't clear who it was for or why I should scroll through the carousel. So specificity is going to win. And then anything from the I perspective, the first person, like, I don't want you to tell me what I'm doing wrong. I want you to share your journey and your
That's good.
experience and your story. And that'll get me to pay attention. So like, instead of here's what I'm seeing you all doing and here's what you need to stop, it's like when I first got on Instagram, here's how I was showing up and it didn't hit the mark. Like here's the 4 things I changed. So making it about
Gotcha.
yourself. People really
Yeah.
yeah, they want it to be about you. It's like the storytelling first person stuff.
Yeah, that I want to learn from your mess ups so I don't have to mess up. Right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to learn from your messy middle so I don't have to go through the mud. like I'm about to if I don't read this. Like that's I think what people struggle with the most is like, how do I hit home in one sentence? How do I stop the scroll in 3 words? You know what I mean? Like it's
Oh,
part
I
of it.
know.
Yeah.
It's
Are you still
it
a one
is, and
woman
it's
show?
just learning. Well, yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
have so there's 3 people I pay regularly. um, so I pay a VA who handles payment issues, and she also is my community manager inside the Content Coven. So she's scheduling the calls, she's getting the recordings up, she's answering people when she knows the answers. Like, she's a huge help. So Nicole's my VA. I have a brand strategist, Steph, who we talk every 2 to 3 weeks, just like, I just need somebody to bounce all the things off of it's just going around in circles in my brain, and she knows my business inside and out. She's been around. She took a course of mine. I loved how much her responses to other people within my course. I was like, "Who are you?" And I need you to tell me about me. So Steph is my brand strategist, and then I have a podcast editor who edits all my podcasts because I have no interest in doing that. So
Yeah, that's where I'm
yeah, and
sitting
then
at
I'm
now. I need
yeah.
somebody.
So oh my God, Scott's the man. So I hired someone, his wife, Anna, to help me get my podcast up and running. She was my 3 months before launch coach, and then I just hired her husband to start like editing my podcast, and he's great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, I mean, this is encouragement. Like, hey, we started this thing 2020. We're now in the beginning of 2026. This has allowed me to buy my time back, to hire help, so I can
Mm-hmm.
become and stay the visionary and the founder, like in founder mode, and think about what's next, what's new, like how do
Yeah.
I show up better? Like that's encouraging
Mm-hmm.
that it has taken place. I mean, you've built this business that has taken place of the gym that you had and the job that you had. Like that is awesome and inspiring.
It's wild. It's wild. And my husband even got to leave his job.
What?
2 years into my owning yeah, 2 years into owning the Creative Bodega, my business just blew up, and he then left he had gone back to finance after we closed our gym, and so then he left his job, and now he's home every day, all day, and he owns his own, business. So, yeah,
That is
it's
so awesome.
awesome.
That
Yeah.
that's awesome. I love that for you guys. People can do it.
Yeah.
You find that most of the revenues coming from membership or your live coaching.
No. So I actually just did a year-end podcast on my podcast. Like, here's what I made and here's what it all came from. We
Ooh,
can
I'm
link it because
going. I'm gonna listen.
I am not one to flaunt my income, but I find when women that I respect and trust in our industry do share what they're making, I want to know everything. I want to know where it's all coming from, right?
Same.
So I literally I broke it down. I was like, this is what I made, and it turns out that my live courses, I run 3 live courses a year. The visual edit, it's all about getting your visuals and your posting schedule put together. The messaging edit, which is all about the words, right? And making sure you're clear on your messaging and attracting who you want to. And then I have start and grow your email list, because I'm just like, my main goal is to get everybody off of Instagram and onto my email list. So
Yes.
from those 3 live courses, that is the bulk, but right behind it, like very close behind it, was my membership.
I cannot wait to go listen. That's go.
Yeah.
For me, I want to hear it. I know it might be uncomfortable for others, but like I want full transparency. Like what that makes me think, okay, if she can do it, I can do it too. And this is where I kind of need to shift in my own business. Like it's helping me,
Yes.
So
And that's what I heard. Like, when the income flaunting became really obnoxious, and
yeah,
like I just went on an unfollow. Like, if somebody was literally trying to sell to me by telling me what they made, I was out. Like, unfollow,
the
no,
ick.
no, no,
Yeah.
no. This super ick. So I started like really talking to my people in my membership and in my stories, like, how does this make you feel? I want to share with you what I made, but I don't want anyone to feel. And they were like, if you do it sporadically, it doesn't feel ick. And it makes me feel like if she can do it, I can do it too,
Absolutely.
And,
Yeah.
and just full transparency. Did you run ads? Do you have a team? Like, what are we talking about? Just because you made X amount, what are you actually like taking home?
Yes.
Like,
What are your expenses? You could tell me you're a 6, 7 figure earner, but what are you paying out? I want to know that.
correct.
Tell me right now. Yes, I love that. I can't wait to go. I cannot wait to go hear it. I think that's a good way to end our conversation. I know you need to get on a call. So tell us, like, where do we find your podcast? Where do we find you on Instagram so we can go support you and all that good stuff?
Yeah, it's all under the same name. So the podcast is The Creative Bodega with M. Connors, and my Instagram is at @the_creative_bodega. Yeah, I've got a membership that's open all the time, and it's filled with incredibly smart, creative, driven, wonderful female solopreneurs. And we're just trying to all, do the damn thing and lift each other up and support each other. So
I love it. Thank you for coming on, Emily.
for sure. Thank you for having me.